Good evening, everybody. Let's see who's here. Marco, Gordon, Brandon, Etienne, and Opti. Yo. How's it, guys? Let me just pause this here. There we are, that's better. And how is everybody this evening? Give me a thumbs up if you're in a good mood. Kishan, how's it? Where's the thumbs up? Wait for some people to join before I start. How's everybody doing today? I hope well. It's hump day today, Wednesday. Or I suppose Thursday is hump day for me because I've got to work on Saturdays. Hello, Mr. Haywire. How's my goddaughter? Justin. Oh, numbers will jump quick. Mohammed, Everett, Mark, Damien. Damien, I'm sorry, but I'm flattening all your juice put. That's how much is left of the second bottle. I'm sorry. And that's how much left of the second bottle. Sorry. It's fucking good juice, man. Yeah, but I will mention you now, Damien. Yeah. Oh, that RAM squonker. Yeah, it is sexy, yeah? It is sexy. But unfortunately, there's none left. They sold so well, I don't think we've got any left in stock. Let me just check quickly. I think I sold the last one today. Just hold on, I'll tell you now. Sold out. Yep, sold out. Yeah, they were so popular. They came in and left out the same day. Yeah. Okay, looks like there's quite a few people there, but I'm going to do the reviews in that first, and then we can have a general chit chat. So those who want to go can go. Obviously, those who want to stay for the prize have to wait to the end because I'm doing a random draw like last time because I think that worked the best. But what are we here to talk to tonight? Some reviews on stuff. AT7. I received this from Stentorian to do a review on, and obviously, as I said, anything I get I'll give away. I've been playing with it for the last couple of days. Let me just throw a better picture on the wall here so you can actually see what it looks like properly. Where are you? There's a picture of it there. The picture actually doesn't do justice. When I say justice, doesn't actually show you how big this thing is. For those who know me, I have got absolutely massive hands, and this thing is large in my hands. So I don't think it's going to be everybody's cup of tea because of the sheer size of it. But for a collector, it's definitely going to be something to have in your arsenal because it just looks funky. It looks quite smart. Let me just run through some of the specs for it, and then I'll give you how I was messing around with it and what I eventually settled on from a build, etc. Obviously, this has got, although there is chips and that in chipsets inside here, it's not a regulated mod per se. It doesn't have a digital display to show you what your ohms are. It doesn't have a digital display, obviously, to show you what voltage, amperage, what wattage you're running at. So you could classify it as a semi-mech purely because there's no chip that you can go and control. So this mod does come down to how you build. So the specifications, the height is it's 90 millimeters height. So it's quite a tall mod. It's 74.5 millimeters wide, which is large. I'm trying to compare it to any of my other mods, and it's you can't actually compare how wide it is because my widest mod that I've got is probably a Minikin, and it makes a Minikin look really small. So it's a really large mod. And then it's 30.5 millimeters at its widest point wide. It's got a nice big side fire trigger button. It's got obviously a 510 pin. The 510 pin is spring loaded, so it will take all the different ATs and RTAs and RDAs. It's got a built-in LiPo 3500 milliamp hour battery, and I have to say this battery charges very quickly. From empty to flat, probably was an hour and a half and it was fully charged, which is nice. Maximum wattage output is 100 watts, output voltage 4.2 volts, and the resistance range, it says 0.1 ohms to 3 ohms. So yeah, let me get back there. Okay, first of all, I'm going to look at a device and make a judgment call. If it wasn't sent to me for a review, would I actually purchase it? I would purchase it purely for its looks. I wouldn't purchase it for its functionality. I did put a dripper on here, and I put them. What did I put on here? I put on the Vaporous from Votofo, which is obviously a 25mm dripper, and I built a 0.1 ohm build, and it couldn't read it. It's only started reading it from 0.12 ohms. Okay. Where it started to read and I was able to fire it. Obviously, I'm not going to go build up to 3 ohms because that'd be stupid. But yeah, so it's not quite true from what they're saying there. And I did test that on an ohm meter, so it was a true ohms reading. Obviously different mods read things differently, but it was a true ohm reading, and it didn't read that. Obviously, when you switch it on, all these fancy lights come on. It flashes red if it's needing power, or if there's something wrong and it won't allow you to fire it, and flashes at you if you're doing things wrong. So you've got to read the user manual there, obviously. When I say this thing is big, you can see in my hand there. Now I've got really big hands. Okay, this is a massive build. The pros of it, obviously, the factors is that it's different. It really looks different. It's solidly built. You can feel that this is solidly built. It weighs a fair amount as well. I do like this big fire trigger button because you can fire it anywhere along the panel, not like some of the ones that had these full triggers and you could only fire them at the top. Here you can fire it anywhere around on the mod, which is nice. So I'm going to make the assumption there is more than one switch, maybe 2 switches in here, so that it can fire properly, which is nice. Obviously they come in black and white. I think there's talk of a different color, but they come in black and white. Another con, okay, is that even though it's 30.5 millimeters wide, if you OCD, it'll drive you insane because you can only fit a 25mm dripper or RDA or RTA or RDTA on there before it starts hanging over. So when you put let me just find one quickly, if I can find one. There, I put my dripper on. When you put the dripper on, you can see that, okay, I didn't screw it down the whole way because obviously I don't want to scratch this mod because this is the mod that someone's going to win. It does screw down the whole way, but you can see there's no overhang there. But now, if I go and put my Elite on, which is a 28.5mm dripper, I won't screw it the whole way down either, you can see the overhang. It's got an overhang underneath there. So yeah, they could have, on the top at least, they could have maybe made it a little bit wider. Also I found that the ideal building build for this, okay, is between the 0.17 and the 0.2 ohms range, which gives you the best on your coils. I tried a set of boom coils in here, came down to like 0.12. They worked okay, but I definitely think this is for a slightly higher ohm build than what most people are vaping at today, like the 0.17, 0.2, 0.25. That fires quite nicely on that. Obviously, because there is no regulation, you can't go, and you've got to build your coils here for the way you want to vape. So there's a little bit of an art to that. But I think, from a collector's perspective, there's definitely a place for this mod. Would I buy it? No, I wouldn't buy it. I don't think. I'd rather spend the money and get a decent mech. But needless to say, it's still not a bad product for a collector, and for those people who like to like the techie type of stuff. This is going to be absolutely amazing for you. So let me just give that a wipe down so people. That's what someone's going to win a little bit later on. What I've done is I've put a little prize together for one lucky viewer. They will win the Stentorian at the end of the night. I got given a whole lot of these from Wotofo. There's a Lush, which is a very nice stripper, by the way, a white Lush, which I'm going to give away. And then a juice that's launching this weekend in our shop, a bottle of Buckwild birthday cake, 3 milligrams. So that's the prize for tonight. Let me have some tea and let's see some questions. Yeah, so long mobile data. Sure. I might as well get into it now while I'm having a vape and a chill session before I get to the next thing. You know, we have got an open policy about people sending us juices as long as they're different. We will always try your juices, and to date I've had a lot of juices arrive and a lot of juices, and please don't take offense if you have sent me your juices that I've just never ever bothered to even phone the people back, because they just have either been very similar to other things or they just don't taste nice at all until these arrived. Well, there's more in the range, but these are the two juices that have blown me away. He sent me a pack for samples, and I apologize. I will pay out of my own back pocket to get another 2 bottles. But I have, in a week, less than a week, I've vaped that, a full bottle plus that of this strawberry cupcake, and I've vaped 1.5 bottles of this toasted marshmallow sweet. I don't know how to best explain it. Oh my god! I've actually said to the guy, we will try and help him as best as possible to get these juices to market, because this, I'm telling you, watch out for these juices. Absolutely to die for. So Damien, well done on your juices, my boy. This is epic shit. Epic shit. And I don't often say that. I probably only contacted 2 people that have ever sent me juices, and he's one of them. So yeah, look out for those 2 juices. They're going to hit the shelves and they're going to go out the door straight away. So epic. Let me just check here. I've got the RX Gen 3 here with me. I'm going to go through that now. Hey, brah. Yeah, there's Damien. Damien owns the company that makes these, the E-Juice company. They're currently only in one shop in South Africa, and that's in Juicy Joe's. So if you are in Cape Town, there are 5 in the range, and I'm an honest guy. The other 3 are average. These 2, yeah, these are world-class juices, but world-class juices. If you're in Cape Town, go past Juicy Joe's and buy yourself a bottle of each of this, and then buy an extra one of each of these and then send them to me, because it's fucking out of this world. But anyway, I'll get back to the Nana. Okay. The new logo. Yeah, shot guys. Yeah, our new logo checks quite epic. You know, we've always been steampunky, but it's time for a little bit of a change. Obviously, with the launch of Fogs, we thought, which those you can see, with the launch of Fogs again this weekend, we decided we might as well rebrand everything, or not everything, but rebrand and get a better, cleaner, smarter look. Hello Kurt, how are you? Yeah, there's 5 in the range. There's a strawberry shortcake, there's a Wix bubblegum, and there's a Turkish delight. Turkish delight is just not for me. The Wix bubblegum is also, it's a good Wix bubblegum, but I've had better. And the strawberry shortcake, yeah, it's a good strawberry shortcake, but no offense, I have had better. But this shit, you can drink it, it's lovely. And so Damien, can I get like half a litre of each of these please, for my own personal consumption, because this is all I've been vaping on, I won't lie to you. Well, that and 1 or 2 other things, but the main things. Okay, so what do we get to next? Some more stuff came into the shop over the last couple of days. Let me just get up on my pager so I know what actually came in here. Okay, first up, let me get a picture so you can actually just see what's going on here. The next thing that came into the shop is the Aegis. Okay, this has been a long time. Guys have been waiting for this. How's it, Dreshen? And yeah, absolutely astounded by the look and feel of it, of the device. I've played with it a little bit. It takes a 26650 battery, so it does take they're one of those big large batteries. I was concerned, and obviously because they advertise this thing as dustproof, waterproof, what are the other proofs? Fucking whatever, shockproof, whatever. And the first thing I always test is the place where the battery goes in, because I've had other things that have said that it's waterproof, and this feels totally waterproof to me. They've got like this massive big seal on the battery door. In the hand, it feels really, really, really nice. This front screen, I think they could have done made it a little bit nicer. You know, it's obviously got its power button, plus minus button, and the display screen is quite nice on it. Comes in this like brown leatherish and black leather with red stitching, which is pretty. But let me go through the specs and then I'll show you what comes in the box, etc. And then we can have a little bit of a chat about that before I get into the next thing. So the wattage output is, it's a 5 watt to 100 watt, so it's not a massively powered device. Okay, it's obviously got temperature sensing. It can read down to 0.05 ohms. I'm yet to find a mod that actually properly reads down to 0.05 ohms. Okay, I have not tested this. I won't lie to you, I have not tested it. I will test it, because that's one thing that I do always like testing, to see if it can, because I do use an ohm meter to test it. So I will test that for you. It's got bypass mode, TCR mode, TC mode, etc. It's made out of a zinc alloy, aluminium and silicone construction, so I'm assuming the silicone is there purely for the waterproofing side, and then obviously aluminium makes it lighter, and they would have been able to put a slightly thicker aluminium because it is lighter, so to keep the weight down, because it's not that heavy. Even with the battery, it's not that heavy. Threaded bottom battery cap. The reason why they would have done threaded there is so that they can properly seal off the bottom, so it makes it waterproof. You know, what I can say is don't test it. You know what I mean? If you want to, although you saw them throw it in the water, in the pool and whatever like that, you know, I'm a firm believer that nothing's 100% waterproof. You know, I would prefer that people didn't try and test it. You know, if it happens by accident, yes, but don't go and try and test it, please. Yeah. Waterproof, they say military grade, shockproof, dustproof, oversized trigger style fire button, OLED display, and detailed vaping data. The screen is also quite nice. So in the hand, I'll show you in my hands, even though I've got bloody large hands. That's what it looks like. Okay, you can see what I mean. I think they could have made the front screen a little bit smarter. You know what I mean? I think that, and it's just in my opinion, it's a aesthetics thing. I think they could have done a little bit more ruggedness on the front screen, because, you know, like you go looking at the side, it all looks like all macho, manny and whatever, and then in the front it looks a little bit plain. Yeah, they could have maybe put some big bold things in here to make it aesthetically more pleasing. But yeah, it's fits obviously all your 24mm, 25mm, and I am pleased to tell you that it fits the 28, 30 mils, not a problem. There's my 28.5mm, and there's obviously no overhang, and I'm going to make the assumption that this is going to go 30 plus. If there's a 35mm dripper, this is going to be able to handle it no problems. Okay, yeah, so it is quite a rugged mod. It feels nice, really nice in your hand, really ergonomic in your hand. Nice big clicky trigger button, and your up and down buttons are nice and clicky. I'm going to make the assumption that they've got like some sort of a waterproof barrier in between the chip and the actual firing buttons, to make this what they so-called waterproof. You know, they're currently going for 1,120 Rand, which is not a bad price for a mod that's, they say, can be tossed around, and you know. So if you're in the construction type business, or you're climbing up and down ladders, or you're forgetful like me and you leave your mods on top of your roof and you pull off, yeah, this might be the mod for you. Okay, in the box comes with a whole lot of little extra things, or when I say little extra things, comes with one extra thing. Yeah, it comes with a 18650 battery converter, so you can use a 18650 battery in there if you want. Okay, so you just slide your 18650 battery through that, and it will hold it in place when you close the mod. It comes with more O-rings and stuff like that. When those O-rings are for your for the base there, to make it waterproof. Yeah, so that all comes in the box, and it obviously also comes with a USB cable. Put that down on the bottom, and then it's got its user manual, which everybody's got, and it's in various languages as well, except Afrikaans. It does give you all of the specifications, etc. So that's the Aegis. I see a lot of them were flying out the door today. For me, out of the two, I prefer the black one because I like that black and red stitching. That just makes it for me. But some people might like the more sleeker look from the brown. That's Damien. That's how you must send me my juice. So I'll take that of one of those, please. Okay, because this is the only way when you drip, you know, that's the way you need to drip. You know what I mean? Yeah. You just smell this. It's a juice that I think got the final version for. Tasty, tasty. She's getting there, spot on. Some tea. Okay, let's see some questions. Yeah. Yeah, Eric, that strawberry cupcake is, yeah, epic. Justin, it's a 3000, that just obviously is asking the battery life on that AT7. The battery life is a 3500 milliamp hour battery. I tested it. It's got average battery life. The nice bonus part is it charges very quickly. I was vaping most of the time on a like a 0.12 ohm build, so it was chai, and I was using it the whole day. So I probably got 3/4 of a day out the battery before I had to charge it again. So yeah. My bum is waterproof just before a skydive. Price on the Aegis. Sorry, Opti, I'm not understanding what your Aegis. I don't know what the Aegis is. It's the Aegis. Aegis. The Aegis's price, if you were that what you were trying to spell, is 1,120 Rand excluding the battery. Evening, Ryan. Okay, what else did we get in? I'll leave that to Nana. We got the RX Gen3 into stock, and I'm dumbfounded how small it is. Those who've ever seen the 80 watt LiPo one, I should have actually bought one home. I measured it up in the shop. Wismec did an 80 watt LiPo battery version of this, which is pretty much the same size that way as this, but it's about that high. So for them to have been able to fit a chip plus 3 batteries in this device, okay, is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. They have squeezed every little space out of this to be able to make it as small as it can, as small as it is. The nice thing what they've done in this is they fixed up the 510 issue that we had on the other RXs, which is really good, okay? And they fixed the problem up with which other mods have got problem with the door, okay? Most other mods that have this locking mechanism here where it slides across and then you lift it up have only got one securing point for where the lid fastens. This one has 4. It's got 2 in the front over here and 2 in the back. So when this door has got batteries in and it's locked, it's properly locked. That's not going to come loose at all, okay? Also the screen is a massive screen now, okay? Not that small little pisswilly screen that they had. It's a massive screen. But the most of all thing that shocks me is the weight of it. I'll get the exact specifications for you here. Just give me 2 seconds so I can just, let me throw a picture up here. Also, here's a comparison in size. They should have put that bloody picture on there with the little baby one, the 80 watt one, because then you would have seen how small this thing is. I'm just getting the specs up for you here. And for it also, the price is 935 Rand. It's just the steel. Okay, it's obviously designed by Jabo, spring-loaded 510 pin, operating wattage from 1 watt to 300 watts. Maximum output is 50 amps, so maximum output current is 50 amps. It's got temperature control and all that. Resistance 0.1 to 3.5 ohms and variable wattage, and 0.05 to 1.5 ohms in temperature control mode. It has got a preheat function. 1.3 inch redesigned OLED display screen, which I've spoken about already. New balance charge technology. I'd like to see if that actually works. You know, in the old RXs, there was a problem when you USB charged that one battery always went out of sync. So what they've said that they've been able to do is they've been able to perfect their balance for balancing of charging the batteries, that they all charged equally, but that's time will tell about that. It's obviously got internal charging, although we prefer you to charge through a normal charger, external charger. It's got reverse battery polarity, and the maximum charging current is 2 amps, which is nice. So yeah, the colors that they currently come in is green and black, which is the one I've got. So they've got a brown and black, a red and black, and a grey and black, and 935 is your price excluding batteries. So that's a good little, you know, those who've there were some issues with RX, especially with the 510 pin. They have categorically stated that they have fixed that. So yeah, I'm really impressed that they have fixed that problem with all other mods they've got with the batteries, that there's 4 locking points. So that's going to be a great thing. And evidently there are going to be other backboards coming. So when I say backboards, this black part here, there's 2 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 there and 2 there, and this part pops off. And there's other pieces that are going to be coming for here, but that's unofficial as yet. I did watch a tutorial on this where they said it might be coming. Also, your battery venting is the side where you can actually see your batteries through there. So they've put a lot of time and effort in this. The size of this is absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm trying to find a single battery module that that you can compare it to, and I don't have one here. I don't have one here, but if you can compare it to a 18650 battery, there's the size of a battery. Check. It's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing how they've made it so small. So yeah, those people that are Wisemic fans, I know ET in the shop, he's got 2 of them and he loves them and they've never given him a day's problem. This might be right up your alley. Yeah, so have a look at that. That's new in the shop. Let me just check some questions. Justin, you're going to get a full day's charge out of that 26650 battery. That's a 4,400 milliamp hour battery. So you're going to get a full day at 30, 40, 50 watts. You'll get a full day's charge out of that, or full day's use out of that 26650 battery. Yeah, I see Kurt answering a question there. I'll just use this. Yeah. You get all the battery types. Okay, now that's a 18650. Okay, 18 means it's 1.8 centimeters wide. Yeah, 18 millimeters wide. Yeah. Okay. 650 means it's 65 millimeters long. That's a 18650. A 26650 is 26 wide, 650 high. The new batteries that come out, the 2700, it's 2 centimeters wide by 700 high. And then the other one, which is used for vaping, is a 18350, which is 18 by 350 high. So yeah, those are the different battery sizes. Yeah, as Kurt said there, the 18650, the bigger the battery, the higher the amp draw. So your 26650 batteries, your 2700 batteries have got a higher amp draw than your 18650s or your 18350 batteries. How's it, Kaiser? Kaiser, as far as I know, currently there are no other 26650 mech squonkers available. Maybe Kurt might be able to help me there. Although I do know that there are 2700 squonkers coming, which is the bigger iJoy battery, which there are some of those squonkers coming. But still, yeah, it's not the big battery, the 26650. Yeah. Gordon asks, how's the renovations going on the new place? They are going balls to the wall. I can officially say that, obviously with VapeCon coming up, and we are extremely busy for that. We've obviously got the shop going as well, and obviously one thing that we've never done before is we've never had a cafe type of setups, and we are putting a cafe in the new shop. So what we've decided to do is we're going to be opening the shop in late September, purely to give us time to make sure that everything's running smoothly, because we are, both myself and Hugo and the staff, are a bit anal about making sure that everything runs smoothly, so that it's a pleasant experience for everybody who walks in the door. So late September, we will give an official date in the next couple of days on when we will open, but it'll be opening up after VapeCon. We just want to make sure everything's hunky-dory. But I will post some sneak peeks leading up to it, obviously just to build a bit of hype about the shop opening, but yeah, you can look out for that. Gordon, I will be lying to you about where the Fox juices are launching at. I know there was a whole lot of vendors that bought. I don't really have time to deal with the wholesale side. Amanda does that. You maybe just pop a post on our Facebook page or Steam Masters page, on the survey page, and one of them will get back to you. I don't know the shops that have bought them, but there have been quite a few shops that have bought them, and they're launching this week Friday. In the shop, we're launching the Frog's Famous Sauce range on Friday night. And then on Saturday night, or the Frog's Famous Sauce, let me just put that picture up there so you can see it. It's the relaunch of Frog's. We have taken some flavors out and we've added some new flavors in, so it's a complete range that for everybody. There's something for everybody in that range. That's on Friday night, and then up until 8 o'clock in the evening. And then on Saturday we're launching Buck Wild's birthday cake. It's the first juice in this range. And it's an epic juice as well. So if you're in the shop, pop in. This is launching countrywide. I can tell you now that his entire stock was bought up by various vendors throughout South Africa. So yeah, it's going to be in a lot of shops. Make sure you get a bottle because it's a really, really good juice. And if you're a desserty type person, it's going to be right up your alley. So that'll be launching on Saturday. So just make sure you're aware of that. The Chad Carsten won the range last week that I gave away, and he was raving about it. It's free juice, so anybody's going to rave about it. But he was one of the juices in there is a hazelnut creamy tobacco, which if you like tobaccos, get yourself a bottle of that. Robin asked any info on when Panama will be in 100ml. I'm dying. Yeah, I know that he has given some of the vendors 100ml bottles, but I think it's only the next batch there's 100mls coming. But just pop a post on the Wiener Facebook page, or drop him a mail. He should be able to tell you. Yeah, Julian, there are some coming my way. They're not 20. What is that size of the battery? Yes, hold on, let me just check. Yeah, there's 2700 squonkers coming, Julian. I don't know if there's any 21,700 squonkers. Yeah, batteries are quite hard to get into the country, but yeah, there is coming. How's it, Craig? Hey, buddy. Craig, sorry, all the VCT is gone, my boy. I don't even have myself. Kaiser, who knows, but maybe not. We shall see, hey? Okay, then the last thing I've got here at home to show you, which I have not tried yet, okay, is this baby. Okay, it's called the Riot. I'm just opening it here, just hold on 2 seconds, I can get all the details. It's made by Anarchy, okay, or Anarchist should I say, sorry, Anarchist. It's a dripper, okay, it comes in stainless steel and in black, okay, and for those people, we had a lot of guys asking us for RDAs like the Druga with the big post holes. Here's one for you, okay. It's got absolutely massive post holes, okay, and when I mean serious lockdown screws or nuts or whatever, they are absolutely massive, okay. Airflow on it is brilliant, okay. Is a little bit noisy on the airflow. You can hear I'm sucking on it now. I don't have one set up on a device, but perfect for a mech, absolutely perfect for a mech. It's a 24mm. It's got about an 8mm juice well, or deep depth of the juice well, so it can hold a lot of juice in the well. It's made out of 304 grade stainless steel. It's electroplated gold base. It's got a ceramic bull deck, large 2-post single terminal design. The holes are 4mm by 3mm. So you can imagine, you can actually put 2 frame staples next to each other there, and there will be enough space on the deck. Biggest problem always has been is the blimmin' screws that tighten them down. And here you can just see by the size of those screws, they are absolutely massive screws. So no problem in locking down those big coils. It's got knurling on the top cap so you can adjust the airflow. It's got a Delrin wide bore drip tip. It also comes with a Delrin top cap, and it's got a gold plated brass 510. Okay, in the pack comes I'll show you what the pack looks like, just hold on. It comes in a nice little box like that. Okay, and inside the box comes this little package like this with a zip, and in the top over there comes a nice little bag of goodies with spare screws and o-rings, etc., and then your actual dripper, a different top cap, and then you can see by the size of the screwdriver, I'm going to show you there now, that's the screwdriver that they give you for the top nuts. That's a proper Phillips screwdriver head, not these little Allen, these jewelers ones. That's a proper Phillips Allen head. Okay, so yeah, you can check that. Proper Phillips Allen head. So those guys who like those massive builds and keep on stripping the grab nuts or the screws, here's an absolutely awesome RDA for you. I will set one in the shop tomorrow, and I'll do a couple of Instagram posts on it. I just didn't have enough time to do everything I wanted to do today to get ready for the show tonight, but that's in the shop. Also, just hold on. Yeah, and it's at a really good price for an authentic for $920. So if you're looking for, and that comes in stainless steel and black. So that's everything that I got to show you. What came into the shop, some more stuff came into the shop as well, which I haven't got to yet. So a lot of guys who were looking for mates of theirs for, we had a couple of guys ask for smock pens. We've got the smock pen 22s in stock. The chubby gorillas have been put back into stock. We've got more, for those that are looking for the little Wasp Nanos, we've got more Wasp Nanos in stock, which is nice. I've done the Aegis, I've done the Riot, done the Wismic. New juices that have arrived in the shop is Kokomo from Vapor Mountain. And we've got from Mr. Hardwick, so we've got Bombshell and we've got Super Milk. Those are the new juices in the shop. We've also had some people ask for black Drugers, the black Drugers, and they really look pretty. The black Drugers, I didn't think they looked that pretty. And we've got some other colors in the Icon from Vandy Vapes. Just for those people, sorry that all the RAM Squonker boxes were sold out. We didn't think it would be that popular. We had a whole lot arrive and people were buying them 2-3 at a time like usual that they do from us. So yeah, Hugo is trying to source some more of those RAM boxes for those who are still wanting. We have got a list of people who want it, and we will let you know as soon as we've got them in store. So yeah, sorry about that, but that was unexpected how popular they were going to be. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much what arrived in the shop new. There is more stuff arriving leading up to VapeCon, and which we'll obviously let you go, and we have started discussing what specials we're going to do for VapeCon, and we will let you know what's going to happen there. Yeah, you could in those post holes on that Riot, you could literally put fence wire in there, and you'd be able to, obviously you'd need something to be able to power that, like the RX3 and 300 watts, but it's serious holes. I've yet to see anything that's got bigger holes than that. Besides, no, I don't think I've ever seen anything with bigger holes. Gordon, you'd be able to put 2 frame staple leads next to each other, not on top of each other, next to each other, and it would still fit in there. That's how big those post holes are. Yes, Jerome, the Riot is a 24mm RDA. Panama, yeah, everybody knows my feelings on Panama. Kokomo is also good, but I still prefer Panama in my opinion. Musong, yes, Hugo has ordered some more. We've actually got a whole lot of skonkers. I can't mention which ones are arriving, but we've got those who've listened to me over the months that we've been doing this, and me telling you that skonkers are coming back into fashion. You can just see now what I meant, that squonking, every second or third person walking into the shop who's an existing vapor, not a newbie, but an existing vapor, is buying a squonk box. It's just because it's the ideal vape. So yeah, if you haven't got one yet, you need to get yourself one. I know that we've got a whole lot of new ones coming in. I can't allude to what they are, but we've got a whole lot coming in ourselves from different companies. So look out for those. And the RAM box was absolutely awesome. It's so petite and small. It's probably 2/3 the size of a inbox. Obviously it's mechanical, there's no chip in it, but it's a mechanical box, but it's really nice. Yeah, Blackout is a really good juicer. It's selling really, really well. I see Beep says Blackout catches my throat. You must remember, guys, juices, and I actually had this in the shop the other day. Juices is such a subjective thing, and everybody is different, so everybody reacts differently to different things it's like some people don't like custard, or some people, they might like custard, but there's something in custard that just doesn't appeal with them. It's like Rob Fisher can't vape anything that's got Bavarian cream in it because it doesn't agree with him. It's the same as with any juice. There might be a juice out there that everybody's raving about, but just doesn't suit you because there's some concentrate or part of the concentrate or the blend of it that doesn't suit your palate. So it's, don't take it out on the juice maker. If it's a popular juice and everybody else is vaping it, it has to be good. But if it doesn't agree with you, that's just merely because it might not agree with you. Tali Lee says, hi, I got some 20 gauge from your shop. How do I get them to fire? It probably takes forever on my mod. Please advise. With 20 gauge wire, you need to give it a couple of pulse fires at about 60 watts, and then you need to increase the wire, the wattage, when the wire is already warmish, up to 120 watts, and then give it a couple more pulses and it will heat up even more. And then just strum it with a ceramic tweezers or a tweezer. But if it's a normal tweezer, make sure you're not hitting the power button. But if it's a ceramic, you can hit the power button and strum it, and then it will even out your coils, and then it should fire properly. Basically what a squonker does is, if you look there, you've got your power supply, which is your battery, and then you've got your juice reservoir, which fits in is in a tank here. Okay, you use a dripper. A dripper is something that doesn't contain a tank. So drippers are known to give better flavor than an RDA, an RTA or an RDTA. But the problem is, on a dripper, you've always got to constantly drip liquid onto not constant, like every 10 pulls, put liquid onto the cotton to saturate the cotton so you can vape. The bonus with the squonker is that you've got the benefit of having good flavor on the RDA, but you've got a reservoir at the bottom. So when I squeeze here or there, there's a pipe that fits into there that goes all the way up into the squonker. So when I squeeze here, it forces juice up the pipe and it saturates the cotton, okay, and then you let go and it sucks off any of the excess juice, and then you can carry on and vape. So that's the benefit of a squonker. Yeah, if you know that you're allergic to something like nuts, for example, or you're allergic to lychee, or you're allergic to kiwis, or you're allergic to strawberries, you need to ask in a shop. Remember, there's no legal thing that says we have to warn about nicotine, but with flavorants, it really, and I think it should actually happen. It will happen. I'm definitely it will happen down the line. Where warnings have to be put on labels stating, if you have any allergic reactions to the following, please don't vape this juice. But like if you've got a nut allergy or anything like that, don't go and vape a peanut brittle. Just because you're not ingesting it doesn't mean that you're not going to get an element of it into your bloodstream through inhalation. Yeah, it could be. People don't know that they're allergic to shit, and then find out the hard way. Yeah, really, that's also a good setup, eh? The Wrath and a 22, brilliant setup. Yeah, Etienne, I watched. I don't have TV. I don't have DSTV. I haven't had for probably 4 or 5 years. So I did watch the show, not live, but I watched it on their channel afterwards. Yeah, it's carte blanche. Carte blanche is known to do that shit. That's it's not investigative journalism. It's let's see what's the hot topic and let's cause as much cluck as possible. I did write a nice little email to them, telling them to get their finger out their arse and actually do some proper investigative journalism like the advert says that they do. But whether that falls on deaf ears or not, whether we get a telephone call or not, I doubt it. I really doubt it. Carte blanche is not what it used to be. It's about sensationalism at the moment. Because that gets people watching. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's a good thing. It's actually the best way to do it, Marco. Nickoticket had a disclaimer, evidently, if you are allergic to anything, assume it's inside this juice and don't vape it. That's quite good, that. Yeah. That's, problem is that there are a lot of people allergic to a lot of shit. You might not sell juice. No, it's never happened to me. Tell you last stupid question: does anybody else get this super hungry after a vape? Happens to me all the time. Now I'm eating too much. No, never happened to me. Yeah, those. It's like reading the fucking newspaper in the morning. You open the newspaper and you read the newspaper, and it's all sensationalism. You know what I mean? So I don't bother reading a paper. I don't bother looking at News 20. The only thing I watch is I watch the currency. That's the only thing I watch, because the currency is indicative of how fucked your country is or not. Everything else, I couldn't really be bothered. It's all about sensationalism and this person trying to friggin' knife that person, and this ANC councillor killing that ANC councillor because he wants to get onto the gravy train. Yeah, it's not even worth it. Not even worth the time and effort to waste to watch that. Yeah. Okay, so again, what we're giving away tonight. Okay, I'll answer some more questions, etc. Time to have some water. Decided I drink too much Coke. Yeah. What we're giving away tonight, the AT7 from Stentorian, kindly given to us by Wotofo to give away. Wotofo also threw a couple of these, which is a very good RDA. A little bit outdated, but it's still a good RDA to give away as prizes for the channel. So I've got a white Lush RDA to give away as well. And I'm going to give away a bottle of Buckwild 3mg birthday cake to one lucky random draw. Just remember, if you've won in the last 4 weeks, and I have got a list of who won. You can't win. And if you're not watching, you can't win. So it's only people, it's random draw on the live chat. So if you're not watching, you can't win. You've got to be online to win. Okay, that's what I'm giving away. Night, Kurt. Or just vaping away medically. Jack asks, any suggestions for coils to use in the Kylan RTA? The coils that I use in the Kylan are either 3.5 or 4 millimeter, 24 gauge, and I've been going to 22 gauge now as well. So 22 or 24 gauge, flat wire, 7 wraps each. That's what I've been using in my Kylan. 22 or 24, 7 wrap, 3.5 or 4 millimeter nichrome 80 flat wire. That's what I build with. That is true. That is true. Yeah, my biggest problem is Coke. I've got such a weakness for Coca-Cola, it's scary. An absolute weakness for Coca-Cola. But I need to stop that shit, so I'm drinking water now. Yeah, Matthew, it's true. It is bad, but it's I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't binge on chocolates and sweets and whatever like that, and Coke is probably the only thing that I really enjoy, but no, I've had too much of it. Yeah, just on that note, there's break-ins that are happening in Joburg, guys. If you ever on social media and you see guys selling new stuff for like dirt cheap, please report it to the admins, guys. Joburg, every week a vape shop's getting robbed, and all that's going to do at the end of the day is push up prices, because that's going to push up insurance. But the guys are going to have to carry, and that's going to relay to overheads, and overheads is going to increase prices. So if you see any shit that's being sold for prices that you think are not market related prices, even second hand stuff, report it to an admin on whichever group you're on, please, guys. Touch wood, we haven't been hit yet, or hit. I hope we don't get hit, but we are in the new shop taking every precaution that will never happen. So if I had to get my hands on them, I think I'd go take them and put them in the quarry somewhere. Eric, I'm not a big sub-ohm tank. I like building my coils. Eric's question was, I vape sub-ohm tanks now and again, and do you think of a Reuleaux Crown 3 looking at ordering one? I'm not a big sub-ohm person, because I'm got serious Scottish blood in me, and why should I pay for a coil when I can make one? But my partner Hugo, he uses one, and he uses one religiously, and he loves it. So and Hugo's quite pedantic on what he uses, and he uses it every day. So it's a good tank. Jane, it's a little bit hard to. Jane asks, "Hi Craig, will you do any building workshops in the future?" It's quite hard to do a workshop online. I did try that once, and it just didn't work out properly. But if you are in Durban, I'm more than happy to show you how to build, guys. If you want my help, and I'm not busy, and you don't mind, maybe if I'm busy and you don't mind waiting a little while, come and tap me on the shoulder and say, "Listen, Craig, will you show me how to? I'm having a problem building." If you come in 3-4 times asking me to build coils on the same tank, I'm going to smack you over the head, because you should have learned after the second time I've showed you. So yeah, if you're wanting help on doing coils and making different coils and whatever, like, more than happy to help. But just tap me on the shoulder, come and we'll go upstairs in the shop. What I can tell you, in the new shop we will have a dedicated building section for you to build where there, you know, so and there will be little tutorials for you that'll show you, which will obviously help you. But yeah, I'm more than happy to help. It's hard to do it online because you need to physically touch and feel and see what I'm doing to be able to learn. Yeah. Well, I have to say we got this. What's the name of it? Shit. Sorry, I've got so much shit going through my brain. I can't remember the names of everything. Let me just try and see if I can find it here. We got a juice in the shop the other day. Icy cola from Ace of Vapes, and it's legit cola. You know, I'm not a big cola vape fan, but this was really good. I really thoroughly enjoy this juice. But apart from that juice, I don't think I've ever tasted a really good cola besides that one. I've tried one myself and I couldn't get it right, but that was nice. Yeah, Kaiser Streaky Cotton is local. Yet to find something that beats cotton bacon though, to be honest with you. But yeah, people need to try the different things to realize what's good and what's not good. But the thing is, what you do is you need to test it in a dripper, test it in an RDTA, and test it in an RTA, and I'm yet to find anything that beats cotton bacon. Probably the next closest one is cotton candy. It's probably the next closest one. And then what's the other one? That Kendo Cotton is probably thereafter in that order, and that's my opinion. Yeah, Rudy asks, I know it's a bit subjective, but what's the best build in your opinion for flavor? I use the same when I test tanks, RDAs, RDTAs. I put the same build in on all of them to test them because that's what I classify as a flavor coil. I use Haywire 24 gauge, 7 wrap, 3.5 millimeter, and Nichrome 80. That for me gives me the best flavor. But everybody's different, and I said that's my opinion on it. Okay, that's my base model. I can tell you now, in RDAs, the coil company coils are absolutely epic. They are pricey, but good. If you're not prepared to pay that for those coils, there are boom coils also that we have in the shop that also give good flavor. Yeah, Kaiser, I don't know why streaky cotton is more expensive than bacon. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Streaky cotton is South African cotton, or it's bought in from Pakistan, I think, and it's packaged here. Where cotton bacon comes from America. So yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, tell me about that. Dresden knows me too well. Dresden is one of our regular UK customers and ambassadors in the UK, and he knows me too well. If somebody can give me a Dr. Pepper, if you've ever had the Dr. Pepper cold drink, if someone can give me a Dr. Pepper cola, I promise you I will help you get that juice off the shelves and get that juice onto the shelf, should I say, because I'm yet to find a proper, and I've tried myself. I've tried hundreds of times to get that right and I cannot get that right. So yeah, there's a challenge for all you budding DIYers. Make me a Dr. Pepper cola juice and then I'll help you do the rest. Marco asks, what's the best on the wasp secret on the wasp? I've never had spitting. Spitback is normally your coils. There's a gap somewhere in your coils, or you don't have enough cotton going through your coils. That's what causes spit. Just check that you've got enough cotton going through that coil. You must just be able to pull it left and right. Yeah. Just be able to pull it left. I've never had. Yes, the top cap does get a bit warm, but that depends on what build you've got in it. The one that I've got currently running in the Wasp is a 10 wrap 24 gauge 3mm ID 24 gauge Narc RAM. Yeah, this we don't stock everybody's coils. The coils that I've had to be able to test are the bubble wrap coils and the coil company coils. There are other ones. I think there's bearded. I haven't physically used bearded vapor coils, but there are bearded vapor coils. But yeah, I haven't tried anything else. Damien, you're watching for cotton faking at 90 rand a bag. Yeah, there is some counterfeit cotton that's available from China. China will clone anything. They'll even clone something that's a clone. So just be aware that you're getting legit stuff. Just be aware that you're getting legit stuff. No, don't send me the recipe, Musong. Just make the juice up, and then I'll help you. I'll help you get that juice to market. But how's it, Mohammed Haroon Yusuf? Okay, guys, we've been on for over an hour already. I think it's time to do a lucky draw. Everybody. So just to recap, just remember. Before I get to the prize, remember this weekend Fogs is launching on Friday. We are open until 8 o'clock in the shop. There will be testers available. The first 10 people that come into the shop will get a Fogs Famous Sauce hat, who buy a bottle of Fogs Famous Sauce. And there are, I think, 2 or 3 full sets of juice available, juice that are up for grabs at our shop. I don't know about the other shops that are there. Then on Saturday is the launch of Buckwild's birthday cake in the shop. Also prizes to give away, etc. And then next week I've got some really big prizes to give away, guys. Really big prizes to give away. I'm not going to allude to that. I'll allude to that on Monday, so that we get to that. I've got some nice prizes to give away and lots of new stock arriving. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to find out, let's see who's, we've got 47 people watching at the moment. So let's go to participants and let's go and select all you participants. Gotta go all the way to the top, sorry, just give me 2 seconds. And participants. Why are you not doing what I want you to do? Participants. There, I'm selecting all of the participants that are still online. I'm adding them to the random.org and randomize. Let's just check. How can you load me as a what's in it? Come on. Come on. Do what you're supposed to do. I hate technology. Seriously, I hate technology. Oh, wait, that's not working. Why is it saying I've only got 29 participants? Okay, wait, no, that's Sorry, my bad. It's not taking all the participants. Just hold on. There, well, that's better. Copy. Go back. Let me do this again. And insert. That's better. Now I've got 49 online. Yes, and I've got 49 there. Yes. Okay, let's go do this now. And hit randomizer, and the winner is, in that order, copy. I'm going to paste it here, just hold on so that you can see how it's come up on, oops, yeah. Paste. Alinda Horn. Alinda Horn, are you here with us? Where is Alinda Horn? Alinda Horn, can you please put your name? Hello? Woohoo, yeah, Alinda Horn. You are the proud winner of a Alltech Stentorian A7 mod, a Lush RDA, and a bottle of Buckwild 3mg. Please can you private message me your address details on our Sir Vape Facebook page, not on my Facebook page, on the Sir Vape Facebook page, please, and I'll get this prize out to you tomorrow. Congratulations. Yeah, you went far, eh, Beebs? I know you were away there, bro. You were away. Yeah, next week, let me just show you. Next week, I have got a GX24 smock kit. I've got a bottle of yoga juice. I've got another Lush, and I've got two more prizes, 2 shirts. Or a shirt and a cap, sorry, that I'm also giving away next week. So look out for that. That's going to happen next week. It's a nice big prize as well. So yeah, look out for that. Okay, any other questions? I'm going to give you 5 more minutes, guys. Any other questions? Smock it is mine. Yeah, I actually, I haven't even had a chance to look at it. I've opened it up, but I haven't even had a chance to play with it yet. But I will do a review on that, or a first look on that, as soon as I get a gap to do that. Hello, Eugene. Govad RDA. Jack, I don't know, dude. I don't know who stocks them, hey? Really. This was Brandon, it's Vandy Vape Toolkits, and yes, they have come into stock. They arrived, I think, on Monday, hey? Peter, I don't know what the situation is with the if there's a cloud comp for the Buckwild. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I'd be lying if I told you. Jane, best filled for the amateur, exactly the same in the Carlin. 3.5mm, 4mm flat wire, 7 wraps, 24 gauge or 22 gauge nichrome. Yeah, Rudy, if you're in the Durban area, more than happy to come past the shop and I can help you with any problem. Austin, Pulse 24 is a lovely. If you're using on a RDA, on a squonker, it's absolutely perfect to start off on a squonker because you can't over squonk. Is it the best single coil RDA out there? No, not in my opinion. There are better. You know, there's the Wasp. There's a couple of other ones that are out there, but it's still not bad. I'm looking forward to the dual coil though. there's a Pulse 24 dual coil coming, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, we'll see there. Yeah, guys, I've broken two of them, but the only way really is to go to an electrical shop, you know, like A1 Electrical or one of those places, and get the heavy duty ones, but you're going to pay 250, 300 Rand for a pair of those. So yeah, if it's for, you know, in the shop, I'm not going to put a 250 or 300 Rand pair of things that go missing, but if your personal one, best to buy one of those. Hello, Mr. Governor. What audio should I get? The Icon Wasp or the... it all depends on what you're going to put it on, Dresden. You know, if you're putting the Wasp on a Squonker, yeah, Icon Wasp or Vaporist, they're all good, eh? They're all good. I'm liking the Wasp at the moment, but the Icon is still an amazing audio, eh? Yeah, I broke one trying to cut through copper sheeting. Yeah, and that wasn't fun because thank goodness I was wearing glasses, because I was grinding and then I had to trim some snip things to make. I was busy making a plate for a Squonker, and it freaking shot up and it hit my glasses and actually scratched my glasses. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it a quits tonight. Just can you, Linda, don't forget to PM me on our Facebook page, please. Give me your address and your cell phone number, and then I'll get your prize out to you tomorrow. I think I'm going to call it quits. Thank you very, very much for watching again. Look out for the Fog's Famous Sauce launching on Friday. Saturday is Buck Wild. If your local vape shop doesn't have Fog's Famous Sauce or Buck Wild, tell them to sharpen up and get some stock in. But yeah, that's it, guys. Good night, sweet dreams. Hope tomorrow is a lacquer day. Night.